Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is of course 2024, and since it's a new year, it means yes, we do have a new Call of Duty dropping. Now, it is of course several months away. We're still looking at, the fall 2024 release date, but with COD 2024, we already have a surprising amount of leaks and rumors about this game, dating back to, when the MW3 beta first dropped. We started getting leaks for this, and as it stands now, there's a lot of details we currently have for what is supposedly going to be called Black Ops Gulf War. And today I wanted to go over basically all the new details, all the information we have on the 2024 title as of now. As we get into everything, if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like, and of course, if you're new here, you want to guarantee every single day you're up to date with all things going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But yeah, like I just mentioned, the current leaked title for Call of Duty 2024 is supposedly Black Ops Gulf War. Now, the name in and of itself, pretty self-explanatory, right? It's going to be a Gulf War based game, and obviously since it is a Black Ops title, it'll intertwine with the other various Black Ops titles that we've seen over the years, especially Cold War, given that that was the most recent. Now, with Gulf War, this is going to apparently have a focus on the CIA's involvement within the Gulf War, and that'll be like the main setting and main story premise of the game. And being that it's a Black Ops title, it is of course being developed by Treyarch, which is a standard thing, but this year has a little bit of something different going on in terms of development. Black Ops Gulf War is actually going to be the single longest developed Call of Duty game that we've ever seen. Dating back to the quote-unquote golden age or golden era of COD, it was always an every other year type of development cycle. So one year would be Treyarch, the next would be Infinity Ward, then Treyarch again, and then Infinity Ward. And then we slowly shifted into the 3-year development cycle of Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer. But in recent years, that sort of schedule has been shifted around a bit. There's been some jump-ins here and there where Sledgehammer's had to take over and drop a COD in the case of Vanguard, or this year with Modern Warfare 3. So that back-to-back-to-back thing going on with that 3-year cycle isn't necessarily a standard anymore. And in fact, this time around with Gulf War, it'll be 4 years when the game launches since we last saw a Treyarch title. So 4 years of development time. That in and of itself is going to create a huge standard for this game. The bar is going to be set very high given that development time, and also given the fact that it is Treyarch. There is a certain standard to be, met with their games over the years. Black Ops 2 being arguably one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time. Black Ops 3 dating back to, even Cold War now, most recently. Awkward development time for that game, still, very highly regarded afterwards. Mid-year, everyone's always like, hey, this COD's not it, can't wait for the new COD, and then the new COD drops, and it's like, hey, looking back, that was actually a really good COD game. The COD cycle at its finest, right? But Treyarch has a certain standard and a certain expectation of themselves already based on their previous work. The longest dev time ever for a COD is going to set that bar extremely high. And it seems like right away, we're already going to see a very different launch style with Black Ops Gulf War, because based on various different reports from Insider Gaming and Tom Henderson, I think Windows Central also talked about this, Charlie Intel has corroborated it, we could potentially be seeing a new kind of early access for Black Ops Gulf War later on this year. In recent years, we've seen the early access campaign where a week before launch, we're able to play through the campaign. I think that's a really solid system for players like me who, at launch, I'm all in on multiplayer, I'm leveling up guns, grinding camos. It gives me a nice cooldown time to be able to go through and actually play the campaigns, which outside of MW3 have been really strong in my opinion. I love the COD campaigns, so it's nice to have that early access. And it does appear that that's likely going to return this year. If you pre-order, you're going to get that week early access of the Black Ops Gulf War campaign. But also, in addition to that, there is apparently going to be multiple weeks early access specifically for zombies. Obviously, zombies is Treyarch's main thing. That's what they're, most well known for. Yes, they have fantastic multiplayers in things like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, but zombies, that storyline, that universe, it's sort of its own beast. So the hype of the return to Treyarch zombies this year, it's, full steam ahead, and we could have multiple weeks, probably 2 weeks early access of zombies, 1 week early access of campaign, and then we see the multiplayer launch, and then shortly after that, the Warzone integration with Season 1. But quickly focusing on zombies here. We do already have some gameplay details that were leaked out with this. First and foremost, the return to classic zombies. Round-based zombies gameplay should be returning with Black Ops Gulf War. Obviously, OG Zombies fans are probably going to be very excited to hear this. If you're not the biggest fan of Modern Warfare Zombies this year or Outbreak from Cold War, you're probably very excited that Zombies is going to be returning to round-based. But it's not going to be exclusively round-based, apparently, with various different outlets having reported and having leaked that Outbreak and like a Modern Warfare Zombies variant mode is also going to be there as well, which would make a lot of sense. Just recently this year with Modern Warfare 3, I believe it was Activision's GM claimed that this Zombies iteration with Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is the most highly, reviewed and best reviewed third mode. Players are really enjoying this as like a co-op style mode, right? As opposed to maybe Spec Ops missions or DMZ. Modern Warfare Zombies has seen a lot of success. So it does seem like we're basically going to have the best of both worlds there, round-based and the Outbreak / MWZ variant mode as well. Now let's talk a bit about multiplayer. Obviously, with Call of Duty, multiplayer year over year is not wildly different. Sometimes the mechanics can be a bit different. The maps, the guns, the modes, and whatnot obviously is all going to be different per usual. But in terms of some similarities this year, it does seem like because obviously Call of Duty is all being developed on one unique engine now, whether it's Treyarch or Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer, they're all working off the same core engine. We're going to see more similarities year over year in certain aspects, like for instance, movement. We've already seen various different leaks in regards to perks with different descriptions that do hint at similar movement and similar gameplay mechanics returning from that of Modern Warfare 3 and what we have with like Warzone now. This includes slide canceling, which we didn't really fully have in Cold War, tac sprint, which we really haven't seen from Treyarch, the whole mantling and ledge hanging mechanics and systems that we've seen in recent years. A lot of those advancements do seem to be carrying over, but it'll still have, Treyarch's touch to it. Dolphin diving is reportedly going to be way more advanced and actually useful this time around, whereas dolphin diving recently has not been all that useful or all that effective in competitive gameplay. So a lot of similarities there, but also improvements in their own way from Treyarch as well. We also have what is potentially the entire weapon list leaked out. There is an Excel spreadsheet out there that has the various different leaked weapons for MW3 that we've talked about with some upcoming weapons in seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But it also has everything for Project Cerberus, which is the code name for Black Ops Gulf War. So briefly going through all these weapon names, I do want to apologize in advance. I'm going to butcher half of these because words are hard, okay? But for the assault rifles here, we've got the Colt Model 723, the AK-74, the Set-Me Model L, the AS Val is making a return apparently, the M16A2, the L85, the AR-18, the Mendoza RM2, and the SAR-80. For battle rifles, we'll supposedly have the SIG SG-542, the Set-Me Model C, the FN-FAL, a classic, of course, especially from Treyarch, and the AEK-973. For SMGs, we'll supposedly have the Gepard or Gepard PDW, the FAMAE SAF or SAF. I'm just going to read out the letters for that one. I don't know. The MP5, the SR2 Varesk, the Imbel MD1, the Grendel R31, the SR3 Victor, the PP90, and then also the Colt 9mm SMG. For shotguns, we're supposedly going to have the Mossberg 500, a Bullpup Mossberg 500, the CBC Model SB12, the Rotwell Skeet Olympia, then also the Remington Model 11. For LMGs, we'll have the AR-10, the PU-21, the KSP-58, and the KSP-58D. For dedicated marksman rifles, we'll supposedly have the M16 MK12 SPR, the IMI Romet, the VSS Ventores or Ventores, the AEK 971, the SR25, and the SIG SG 550. For snipers, we'll apparently have the Dragunov, the PGM Ultima Ratio, the PGM Hecate 2, and the L96. Then for pistols, we're going to have the H&K USP 9x19, and then also the USP 40, the Makarov PM, the Stechkin APS, the Grendel P30, the 5.7, the Beretta M9. Then for launchers, the Panzerfaust and the Stinger. And for melees, the knife, the combat knife, and the breaching tool. Like I said, a hilarious amount of weapons already supposedly leaked for COD 2024. Obviously super early on, so several of those can be scrapped, changed, updated in any way, shape, or form. And those are just the in real life names. Their in-game names are probably going to be completely different since Activision, being based in California, cannot legally use real life model names in their games. Also, on the subject of all these weapons, it's probably unlikely that we're going to see another carry forward or carry over update similar to that of MW2 into MW3. That probably took place just because it was a direct sequel year to year with MW2 and MW3, and the games were kind of like built with the same intent. They're kind of the same game at their core, whereas obviously Gulf War is wildly different in terms of setting, era, everything like that. Different developer too, obviously, but unlikely that we'll see that carry over for multiplayer. But in Warzone, we'll see a new integration there, and we'll have all the available weapons presumably from MW2 and MW3, then all those new ones from Gulf War. And alongside the integration there with Warzone, apparently, according to various different leaks and data mines and insider information, Verdansk will be the main big map with Call of Duty 2024 once that integration takes place, probably in early December. Of course, we know Rebirth is debuting this year as well, and Rebirth being a Cold War era map, obviously from Warzone 1, it would make sense that this would drop, you know, in mid to late summer, maybe early fall, as like a setup for Black Ops Gulf War. It sort of ties in with the theme there, and then we see the integration happen with Gulf War, and we've got Verdansk returning as well, really bringing us back to those Warzone 1 vibes. So a ton of details, a ton of information that we already have on COD 2024 Black Ops Gulf War. Let me know down in the comments below what stands out to you the most. And of course, as we start to see any new details on this game's surface, whether they are official or unofficial via leaks and rumors, you guys know I'll have you covered with all the need to know details right here. So stick it here for that alongside everything else going on in COD by hitting that subscribe button and turning on those post notifications. But that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you enjoyed it, let me know by dropping a like on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.